What's up, everyone? It's Voodoo51292, and this is my channel update for Monday, August the 29th of 2011 through Sunday, September 4th of 2011. And first and foremost, I'd like to say welcome to all of my new subscribers that I've gotten over the past couple of days. I believe I've got almost 40 new subscribers just in the past couple of days. And I'll get into why I have, and I'd just like to say welcome to them. And just so you know that every single Monday I do one of these channel updates, which, yes, just like DSP, because I liked his format of doing it, I cover all the stuff I did last week and all the stuff I plan on doing this week. And I like the way he did that because I thought it was a good way to inform people, you know, to recap what you've been doing and also talk about your future plans. So that's what I'll be doing in this update. And two topics that I want to touch on in this update, and about what happened last week. And I discussed in detail both of these things in a midweek update I actually put out 2 days ago on Saturday. Okay, and so the reason I put that out is because I wanted to talk about these two things in detail. That way in today's update I didn't have to talk about it in detail and make this update extremely long. So I'm going to touch on these two things. Now, one of these things has changed since the midweek update, and that's what I'm going to touch on first. Okay, so last week I began my Deus Ex Human Revolution playthrough on Wednesday. I played a couple of hours of it because I had some other things to do that night. Then I got sick on Thursday, so I couldn't play anymore. Friday I was also not feeling well, and then on Saturday I had made a decision that I was going to postpone the Deus Ex playthrough, and I mentioned this in my midweek update on Saturday. And basically the reason I had decided on this was after looking how many parts DSP's playthrough was, which I believe ended at somewhere around 130 or somewhere over 130 parts. I said there's no way I'm going to be able to beat that game in time, and I want to play the release that is coming out this week called Body Count. And so I had made the decision that I was going to postpone the Deus Ex playthrough till December. And I described that in detail in my midweek update. Those plans have changed about the Deus Ex playthrough. I'm actually going to continue the Deus Ex playthrough, and let me give you an explanation as to why. Basically, right now the consensus among most gamers, I'm not really going to say gaming media, because like I said, I rarely ever use the gaming media as my source of information, but it's the consensus of many gamers right now, the Deus Ex Human Revolution is one of the best games of the year. And Darkside Phil and his Hateful Truth actually gave it the highest rating he's given it, or the highest rating he's given a game this year. He gave it a 9.25, and if you're familiar with his Hateful Truth series, he does not hand out grades of 9 or above hardly ever. So the fact that he gave it a 9.25 really caught my attention. Now, the release that's coming out this week, Body Count. It's an FPS. It seems it's from what I've seen, it seems like a futuristic kind of FPS, and a lot of people are drawing comparisons right now with this game to the game Brink as far as the concept of it. Now, they're not supposed to, from what I've seen, they're not supposed to play anything alike. Body Count is supposed to be your normal FPS. It's supposed to have a lot of big-time explosions and a lot of crazy going all over, shooting all over the place. Basically, the consensus among gamers right now about that game is that I have not actually had a chance to play the demo, but I have seen trailers and I have read things about the game. And from what most people are saying, it seems like it's going to be kind of another generic FPS. Now, I can't affirmatively say that because I don't know. I haven't played the game. But it kind of looks like your standard FPS. Running and gunning, blowing through everything, and that might not necessarily be a bad thing, but I had a decision. I said, you know, I could stop playing Deus Ex and go into Body Count, which I had thought was the best idea, but after reconsidering, I think it's going to be in the best interest of myself and my channel that I continue playing Deus Ex. Because I made the decision that I want to play a game that's going to be different. I like playing games that are unique and individual. So I've played enough. I've played my fair share of blow 'em up FPSs, and from every Deus Ex is different. It's very RPG element based. It's got a great story from what I'm hearing. It's got great environments and things like that. I'm not that far into it, so I don't know that much yet. But and I said to myself, do I want to postpone a game that could easily, if I find it the same way everybody else has been finding it, could easily make my way into the top 10 games of the year? Or do I want to push it to the side and play this game that I don't really know anything about and seems like it's just going to be another FPS that could potentially fall on its face? Or do I want to go with the sure bet in Deus Ex? And I decided I'm going to go with the sure bet with Deus Ex. Now, body count, I have not made a decision. At this point, I'd like to play it because it is a major release of the year. It's an FPS game, which I like FPSs, but I'll wait and see, okay? Because if the game gets horrible reviews, if DSP says the game sucks, if everybody is saying the game sucks, there's probably no point in me wasting my time in December trying to play this game. I'd probably be better off fleshing out Skyrim more or Revelations or whatever I'm doing in December. If the reviews are good, then I will probably pick the game up in December and play through it. Because I don't expect the game to be that long. If it's a normal FPS, then I would say maybe 10 hours at the most, if you're lucky. So, body count is up in the air for the end of the year. Again, if it gets good reviews, or solid reviews at least, I'll probably play it. If it gets horrible, shitty reviews, I'm not even going to bother. So, that's the deal. Deus Ex will continue this week, and I'll get more into that at the end of the update. The other thing that happened last week, which I'm not going to talk about in too much detail, because like I said, if you want to know about this in detail, go watch my midweek update, and just disregard all the stuff I said about Deus Ex. On Saturday, my friend Brandon, who has been featured in a lot of my Black Ops videos, I actually met him playing online, and he's a good friend of mine now, forwarded my Voodoo's thoughts, or volunteered to forward my Voodoo's thoughts about DSP to DSP himself on Saturday. DSP put it in his favorites, and because of that, my channel has been basically had a giant explosion of views and subscribers. That video now has over 2,200 views the last time I checked, and I now have, last time I checked, I had 96 subscribers, so I'm 4 away from having 100. Now keep in mind, Saturday morning, before this video was forwarded, I had 57 subscribers. I now have 96, so I've had, so far, 39 new subscribers in basically a 3-day or so period, which is insane. So, that was a big occurrence that happened over the weekend. I'm very grateful to Brandon for volunteering to send that. I'm very grateful to DSP for favoriting it, and I'm extremely grateful for all of the people who came to my channel to check it out, who subscribed to it, who sent friend requests, who posted good, nice things on my channel comments. I really appreciated it. I appreciate all the people who posted good things on the actual video, on the Voodoo's Thoughts video. There were some, haters and internet trolls on there doing stupid shit, and a lot of people actually were on the channel and, spoke out against them. Now, I understand that probably a good amount of those people were there sticking up for TSP, not necessarily myself, but I do still appreciate the people who went on the video and fought back and defended myself or DSP or whoever you defended. So, again, a warm welcome to all of you who have joined me. I hope that I can have more people continue to join in the coming weeks, and that would be great. So that's what happened last week, and now this week I pretty much already explained what's going to happen this week. I'm going to be playing Deus Ex. Now what I'm going to try to do, okay, because this is going to be a challenge, it is, it's going to be a feat for me, because the game is really long. It's 30 to 40 hours, and depending on how quick you play and all the stuff you do. And I basically have from today, Monday, through next Wednesday, because next Wednesday is when I anticipate on starting my full co-op online playthrough of Dead Island with Brandon, who I just mentioned. So, I have like maybe 8 days or so in order to try and complete this game. What I'd like to try to do is devote some hours to it every night, and I'm going to see how far I can get. Again, I cannot promise you that I'm going to beat this game because it's extremely long. I am in school, and so I do have studying to do. I have work that needs to be done, and I can't guarantee that the game's going to be beaten. What's working in my favor is that I do have a 3-day weekend this weekend. Most people do because it's Labor Day, so that helps out a lot. And so I'm going to try. I'm going to give it my best because this game is from what everyone's saying, is very, very good, and I'm interested, and I'd like to continue playing it and have a good experience. So I am going to be playing it tonight. I'm going to be putting some hours into it tonight, and hopefully, like I said, every day I can put at least, you know, a couple hours into it, and you know, and see how far I can get. If I don't finish it, you know, I'm sorry. I really gave it my best shot, and I'm gonna try to, maybe if there's a downtime that I have that I don't foresee, but if there is one, maybe I can get it back from GameFly and try to wrap it up. Maybe, like I said, the ending of it will just have to wait until December. There's really not a lot I can do because next week there's 2 releases coming out. Like I said, Dead Island and also Resistance 3. Both games I'm very excited for. Resistance 3, I've been waiting for dutifully for 3 years. It's one of my favorite series, so it's really the first game that got me into modern FPSs, so that's pretty cool. There is a down week after next week. There's no games that week I'm going to be playing, which is good because that's actually the first week that I have my first round of tests for school. I've tested in pretty much every class that week, so I'm going to need that time to study, and also I'm probably going to be completing one of those games or wrapping up both of them, maybe doing Resistance 3 multiplayer and stuff like that. So, and then there's a release on the 20th, which is Gears of War 3, and a release on the 27th, which is X-Men Destiny. So, there are releases coming out that I want to play, so hopefully, like I said, I can get as far in Deus Ex as humanly possible. And so that pretty much wraps it up. I just want to say a few more words here because of all the new subscribers. I want to tell you a little bit about the channel. As you've pretty much seen if you looked around, I do live commentary playthroughs. My channel is inspired by Darkside Phil. I've said that from day one, so all the people accusing me of copying off of him, well, that's because my channel is heavily inspired by him, which I've said. Also, if you are looking for anything on the channel, I've tried to make it as easy to navigate as possible. If you look down here on the left side of my channel, if you scroll down a little bit, you will see a complete alphabetical listing of all of my gameplay playthroughs, all of my playlists, I should say, of all my gameplay. You'll also find a listing of all the game reviews I have done, and you will also find a list of all the miscellaneous playlists I've done that don't really have anything to do with game footage. I encourage you to look at some of those things. I encourage you to maybe look. I do have a biography video that I'm actually think I'm going to put a link to it in the description. In fact, I'm going to. I'll put a link to that video in the description of this video where you can go watch it, and basically I give a short bio I did earlier this year about basically who I am as a person, why I do what I do on YouTube, and who I am outside of YouTube as a person. What do I like to do? What are the things I like to do? And who am I basically? So I recommend you go watch that so that you can know a little bit about me. So you kind of have an idea of who I am, and it's not just some generic guy doing playthroughs, doing commentary. So I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. Please check it out if you would like. And yeah, I'm going to be playing most of the major releases at the end of this year. I can't play them all because I am a full-time college student, but I'm going to be playing most of them. So most of the major releases you can think of, I'll be playing. And there's some games I'm not going to be playing, like Driver San Francisco. I'm not going to be playing. Saints Row the Third, I'm not going to play. I'm not really that interested, but pretty much all the other stuff I will be playing. So, alright, thanks for watching this channel update. Be watching for hopefully lots of Deus Ex footage this week. I'm going to try my hardest. I'm going to put my nose to the grindstone and try to put some significant time into the game. Alright? So I'm Voodoo51292 for the last time. Thank you to all the new viewers and subscribers. I hope you find my channel entertaining to you, and I hope that you watch my stuff. and please comment and rate this video because it helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys this week, starting tonight, for the continuation of the Deus Ex Human Revolution playthrough. Thanks, guys.